rolling down the entertainment road. And let's talk about a little bit of New York Comic Con, some of the TV reveals / first looks that came out. First one I want to talk about is Daredevil. Now, I haven't seen any of the footage. They did show footage because, they like to show that only to the people who get there, which is really annoying. It's like, come on, if this many people saw it, why can't you just put it on YouTube, guys? Come on.
Probably because of Comic-Con. Probably one of their deals with Comic-Con is make it exclusive, but also probably, like we said with Deadpool, remember they did that with Deadpool and they started taking down everything when people posted it? Because now everyone's talking about it because they're taking it down, because they're not allowing it. So you got a little bit out there, but no one's allowed to know about it. So.
Yeah, so they showed a little bit of footage from Daredevil, and now they said it was one of the main characters walks into a room, and there's blood all over the floor, and this killer guy jumps out, and then Daredevil jumps out to help, and there's this really brutal fight. And so it's really seeming like they're going down the Frank Miller road. That's really what they've said is their inspiration for this show, is the Frank Miller version of Daredevil, which, if you know anything about Frank Miller, that's pretty much what Christopher Nolan used as his inspiration for the what do they call that?
Batman.
The Dark Knight trilogy. And so
based off Dark Knight Rises,
which was a Frank Miller.
Yeah, I mean the movies were not based off, but that tone was based off of the Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, they took the theme, the darker tone of the Dark Knight series, and that seems what they're doing. And again, they might not be basing this off of the actual stories of the comics, but they're basing really the theme off of the Frank Miller stories. But they showed off Daredevil in his first suit, and it's going to be an all-black suit, which, if you ask me, now don't get me wrong, I love the color red, especially the red Daredevil color. But this looks I'm kind of wearing it right now, but the black suit just looks a lot cooler to me.
It was always kind of like or at least I remember, it was like a very dark red.
Yeah. I mean, a little darker than this. I mean, in the cartoons, you would see like this color.
Red, because it's supposed to be like infrared, like how he sees, right?
He doesn't. Well, yeah.
Yeah, he
kind of sees in sonar.
Sonar, whatever he does. I don't know.
But I mean,
it's Daredevil.
I would say black would be the better way to do it. I mean, that's the best type of urban camouflage. So if he can't see colors anyway, what's the point of making yourself brighter to everybody else? What if he was like, which suit should I wear? Oh, I'll wear the red suit, and then he accidentally puts on the red top and the black pants, and he doesn't realize it, and he's totally mismatched for the whole day? Do you think anybody would tell him, "Hey, Daredevil, you're not matching today"? It's fine over there.
Like, you jerk, I'm blind. What?
You're totally insensitive. But so.
Does anyone know that Daredevil's blind? Like the villains and the people don't know that he's blind, right? That's just part of his story.
I don't think they do. I think that's true, and that's also part of his cover. Is nobody expects the blind lawyer to be Daredevil because he can't see. Even though he does things that make everybody think he can see all the time, I'm sure. Because if you can really see in sonar, I'm sure that it's not that bad.
I don't know. I can't see in sonar, so I can't really tell you.
But so really what we're seeing with the first look they showed us is really saying, hey, we are not going to go the Ben Affleck Daredevil route. Don't worry, guys. We're going to give you a better tone to this show. And they actually also showed, they announced that Rosario Dawson's going to be playing a character. Can't remember the name, but in the comics, she's also the girlfriend to Luke Cage, which will be another one of their series. So it looks like they're starting to tie those in together because there's going to be the 4 series and that are going to tie together and bring them all together because they're pretty much looking at the Marvel Hell's Kitchen heroes. So. It's going to be interesting with Jessica Jones, who is Luke Cage, and Iron Fist, as well as Daredevil. So we'll see those guys kind of team up at some point in the not near future, probably next couple of years. But I just thought it looked really cool. I like the tone. Again, I kind of like the darker, grittier tones of some of these superhero movies. Don't get me wrong. I love the campy stuff, too. You can't... I mean, still. Shark repellent, yes. Did I love the Batman movie from the 60s any less? No.
No, I don't understand people who don't like the old Adam West stuff because it's just so hilarious.
It's just great. I mean, you can't go wrong. It's
good for very different reasons.
It doesn't take itself too seriously, and it just has a good time with it. So, you can't blame that. But then the next show that came out of Comic Con New York, they showed the first trailer of Powers. Now, we talked about that a couple months ago, so if you don't know what we're talking about, go ahead and pause this right now. go ahead and look at our previous video. It'll tell you everything about that, or you can just wait, and I'm kind of going to give you a recap. So that's PlayStation Network has decided to make their own show, and so this is going to come out pretty much if you have PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, any type of Sony thing like that, you're going to be able to watch the show. And it's in a world of superheroes, and a guy who used to be a superhero with superpowers and everything loses said superpowers and doesn't know what to do with himself, so he becomes a cop. So the cops are like, okay, well, you can be part of the powers division, and it's how the cops deal with people with superpowers. And now this show looks like it is going to be very, very graphic in every sense of the word. Just in the trailer alone, I think they dropped like 5 F-bombs. I mean, they're going hard R for this one. And I think that's kind of interesting because you wouldn't necessarily think Sony would want to go that route because, I mean...
Well, at least not on their PlayStation. At least not on their PlayStation platform as like one of the flagship shows for them starting to produce TV for the PlayStation Network. So.
Yeah, but I like it because as a gamer, as a guy who likes that type of stuff, I'm going to be very excited to see. And so maybe it seems like they're going for the hardcore genre first, and then when they start branching out, if this works for them and they say, oh, well, hey, we might be able to attract more people to our systems this way, they might lighten it up and have some other TV shows and stuff like that.
Not that they need a lot of more attraction to their system, because the PS4, last I heard, was way ahead of everyone else in sales of the next generation. So
yeah, they're killing it. So I will be a PS4 owner. That's what can I say?
I think maybe it's more of using the PS3 and PS4 sales as a way to bolster their entertainment with putting PSN on it.
And you have been hearing that their movie division of Sony hasn't been doing so hot. They recently canceled the Venom Carnage movie, so that's kind of. So maybe this is their way of maybe bolstering that a little bit more. So it's just interesting. But hey, if we get good entertainment, I don't care why you do it. I just like to be entertained. So bring it on, and you will have a supporter.
And that's something to consider too, though. Like you were talking about because they have the Spider-Man series, so it's not like they're new to doing these superpower, just film, TV, whatever. They have some experience with doing this stuff. So yeah. That sounds pretty cool. I didn't think of it before, but they even higher hopes now. Even higher hopes.
Maybe Spider-Man on powers, huh? Yeah, not gonna happen. But I don't know. Let us know what you guys think. Is there anything else we missed out in New York Comic Con? Actually, I'll have a bunch in quick hits, so don't worry about that. But which show are you looking more forward to? All right.
Forward to more.
I'll learn the English language one of these days. I'll figure it out. Don't worry. But which one of these shows are you looking forward to? Both of them, one of them in particular. Hit us up. Let us know. Comments down below. Of course, at Words to My Face on Twitter, wordstomyface@gmail.com, Google Plus and Facebook. Always good ways of getting a hold of us.